All right, everybody. It is Friday, June 28th, and you know what that means? That it's the weekend, and that means good food. So just a quick little update on my last video, the brisket that I smoked. It was actually the first time I ever smoked anything, and of course I went ahead and did a brisket. Took me way longer than it should have, 21 hours total. I definitely learned my lesson. It should not take that long next time. But I wanted to tell you guys that it was delicious. It was the most tender, juiciest brisket I've ever had. And I recently had some brisket from Texas, from a good barbecue spot. And I gotta say, I outdid them. My first try, so I will be making a better tutorial in the future. That was just kind of a vlog of me doing it for my first time, but next time I will be a little better at the tutorial part. So anyways, today we're going to do a simple little barbecue tomorrow. It is Friday night. I'm getting ready for tomorrow's barbecue. What I like to do, of course, my favorite steak here, the rib eye. This is boneless, unfortunately. They didn't have bone in, but it's all right. We'll make do. This is the ribeye. I'm not going to do anything too fancy to it. I'm going to just do a little dry brine overnight, put it in the fridge. So I'm going to salt it and pepper it and throw it in the fridge overnight on that cooling rack you see right there. And that will allow the salt to go into the meat and tenderize it as well and get that seasoning all the way through. All right, so nothing too fancy here. We're just gonna start with some regular table salt. Season it really well. This is sea salt, but honestly, this is on a budget. You can do whatever you want. If you want to use better salt, you can. I know a lot of people like to use the more coarse salt, but this is just for me and my family tomorrow. Nothing too major. We're going to be doing these ribeyes, and then we're going to be doing some bone marrow. And that's actually going to be my first time doing bone marrow as well. Funny story, I'll tell you when I get there, but let me flip these babies. And get the other side. Alright, that looks good. On there. Again, nothing too fancy, just salt and peppering these, keeping it simple. Simple is always good when you got some good meat like this. Now, I do like to season the sides as well. Can't really, let's see. I'm going to use all this stuff down here that I dropped. I'm not going to let that go to waste. We're going to use it for the sides here. Alright. Perfect. Now this one, get some of that salt on there. All the sides. Alright, that should be good. And we're going to throw this in the fridge. I'll show you guys what we're doing here. So, fridge is a little messy, but it'll do. All right, let me get this tray. Those look really nice. I will show you what they look like tomorrow. But for now, into the fridge on the top shelf. And that's it. Let that sit overnight, and tomorrow they will be ready to go. All right, now I'm going to do the bone marrow. All right, so here is the next item on our menu for tomorrow. This is bone marrow, but as you can see, I got the wrong kind of cut. This is the extent of the bone. There's plenty of marrow in there, but This is not what I was looking for. I should have looked closer. I got this from Costco, didn't pay attention. And these are like cut bone marrows. Yeah, not the one you typically see, the longer bone, you know. Anyways, I think these are meant more for stew. But you know what? We're going to make it work. We're not going to let this go to waste. So if you want to be fancy, you can cut off all of the extra meat and fat that there is on the outside. Like, let me show you. You can see all that meat and fat that's on the outside there. You can cut that off with a blunt knife. Just scrape it all off on every one of them, and that would be, you know, better presentation. Obviously with the right type of bone marrow. But again, this is just for my family and I, little dinner tomorrow, and I don't want to do all that work. But what we are going to do is, as you see here, this container of water. We're going to be storing these pieces of bone marrow in salt water overnight, and what that's going to do, it's going to clean it up, remove some of the blood that's left on there. As you can see, it's pretty bloody. You can see that on all over the paper towels. I need to get these in there. But so yeah, again, this is cleans it up. You'll see the difference tomorrow. And then yeah, we'll be ready to grill them along with our ribeyes. So let's see here. We're going to add some salt. A good amount of salt into this container here. That should do it. Make sure that's mixed in well. So then we're gonna drop these in there. Can't believe I got the wrong type. But you know what? It's alright. It's my first time. I need to do better. But these are still gonna be great, I bet. Alright, so we're gonna just put these in here. Bigger pieces first. And this is basically like a brine, but it's gonna remove a lot of the blood that's in here. Clean them up a little bit, make them look nice and white like a bone should. And let's see if it's gonna fit. So almost there. Oh, please fit. I think it's gonna be just the right amount here. Just the right amount of space for these. Perfect. All right. So again, we're just gonna put this. Look at all this blood. It's gonna keep removing all that blood. And we're gonna put this in the fridge along with our ribeyes. And they will all be ready for tomorrow's barbecue. All right. So let me get this fridge open over here. This is very hard to do with one hand, by the way. All right. We're gonna put these right next to the ribeyes if it fits. Yeah, it does. So then, there you go. Okay, so we got the ribeyes in here, doing a dry brine overnight. And we got the bone marrow and the salt brine. And we're gonna see this finished product tomorrow. See you guys. Alright, I just want to show you a quick update. I'm about to get ready to start grilling here. As you can see, the ribeyes are much more darker and they are dry brined. The bone marrow over here, you can see that the water is very red. A lot of that blood has been extracted. The bone itself looks very white. I'm going to be taking that out here soon and getting it ready to put on the grill. Alright, so I've removed these from the salt water solution, and as you can see, these bones are much more cleaner. They are nice looking, very clean white. And I'm trying to figure out solutions for this since I got the wrong type of bone marrow. I think I'm gonna wrap the bottom half in foil, kind of create a little boat for these while I throw them on the grill, so we don't lose any of the bone marrow. I made the horrible mistake of buying the wrong kind of bone marrow. These are made for stew, not for grilling. So I don't want to lose all that good juiciness. I'm going to be wrapping the bottom in foil. All right, so this is my makeshift solution for the mistake that I made buying the wrong kind of bone marrow. I made little boats for all these individually. I'm hoping I don't lose any of the marrow as I cook them on the grill. And yeah, so next step is to throw everything on the grill. Sorry guys, I got a little busy here, but just a quick update. I reverse seared these. These are the way I like to cook my steaks. I reverse sear them, have them indirect heat until they reach a temperature of 115, and then I throw them on and get a little char on the outside. As you can see, look at that crust. Looks delicious. Those are good to go. I got my bone marrows on the fire here, trying to give them a little color as well because they are cooked, I believe. This is an experiment for me. I have not done bone marrow before. I'm hoping these turn out good. I had to get a little creative with the boats, but looking good. I will update you guys with the result and show you how this went. Thank you. Okay, here it is, moment of truth. Let me remove my probe from here. The way I use Chef IQ probes. And let it slice this baby. Let's see what we got. Looks pretty good to me. Looks like a medium throughout. Had a little interruption, so I couldn't perfect it, but I think it looks pretty good, guys. Thank you for watching. So, you guys tried the bone marrow. What do you guys think?
It's yummy. It's so good.
So good, huh? Even though we got the wrong kind, it still came out really good. We just take a little bit, put it on our bread here, and it tastes just like meat butter, huh?
Mm-hmm.